bajo de tu cupo.
Perfect. Japanese.
Nada.
Nada. Arigato. Sushi.
Mushi, mushi.
Mushi mushi. Tempura.
Tempura. Okay.
Tempura. Ah.
Okay.
Dice, I don't speak Japanese, but I eat. Ah, Japanese.
Sake.
Sake. Oh, sí. Strong.
Strong. No.
You
No, no, thank
No,
you.
no.
No.
Konnichiwa.
No. Konnichiwa.
No me
Konnichiwa.
No me gusta. I don't like. So, welcome to my house. Welcome to my school.
Gracias.
Sí, mi nombre, my name is Wagner. My family, because my mother-in-law, my wife, my daughter, and me, we are Spanish teachers.
Awesome.
We love to do this.
Hey.
For many years, my mother-in-law, she teach students around the world, especially people who lives in Costa Rica, and that's why we choose the same kind of students, because there's two different students. Sometimes, especially in this month, we will receive students who decide to come from the United States, from Canada, only to study Spanish, because I think they are in vacations already. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
In the United States, it's summer. Many people decide to travel, and many of them decide to come to Costa Rica to study Spanish for 1 week, 2 weeks,
Wow.
to travel, to visit the beaches and the mountains and volcanoes. But after that, they return to the United States or to Canada. That is one kind of the Spanish program. Yeah, we call it immersion program. Maybe next year they decide to return to continue studying, but maybe not.
Okay.
But in our case, we have a different kind of students. And maybe you are, if you decide to come to live in Costa Rica, I don't know, 1 year or 2 years, I don't know, 6 months. So you are, in our case, the 95% of our students are people who live in Costa Rica.
Okay.
Because the program is different. So when you come only for 2 weeks, it's only to learn. Okay, you are learning. But if you are here, you are learning, but you are practicing.
Okay.
And also, you need to use.
Mhm.
Yeah, the reason why you are studying Spanish is because if you go wherever you want, if you go to the Mas Menos, if you go to Walmart, if you go to the feria, you went to the farmer's market this morning. So you need to try to speak Spanish. So the program is a little bit different. It's more relaxing because it's not only 1 week or 2 weeks. If not, our students, they put into the calendars the Spanish classes every week. So that is one kind of program immersion in a real life because you are here. And that's why you are here.
So when they come here, do they come 1 day a week or every day, or?
Depends the goal of the student. Sometimes we have, for example, a business person who wants to open a business in Costa Rica, and the employees are ticos. So my suggestion is maybe you need to take a little bit intensive classes because you need to learn. Remember, in our case, it's not only to teach Spanish; it's to give you the culture, to help you with all the things that you need to do with business. For example, where you need to go to get a patent, where you need to go to get a permission, things like that. So, depends the case. If your case is to know people, to communicate with, in Costa Rica, there's a basic program, it's 2 days per week, 2 hours per day. So in 1 month, the student take 16 hours. The average in this moment is like 9 months for one student is come to the school for 9 months. Sometimes actually now many of them took vacations in these weeks also. So, but that is the idea. It's more relaxing, it's more practical. So, homeworks, yes, you have homeworks. You need to speak outside here. That is the homework. It's a real homework.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you need to practice with the Uber driver. You know, many people speak English in Costa Rica, but so many of them not. So you need to try, and even you have the advantage that you are here.
Mm-hmm.
So in this moment, my daughter, she is in Chicago and she's learning English. So why? Because here she can learn English, but never she's going to get the experience if she's not living in a native English country. So it's exactly the same when you are here. So you have the advantage. If you put a TV, of course there's cable and many things, but if you put TV, mostly it's Spanish. If you put a radio, mostly it's English. If you buy a newspaper, mostly it's in Spanish. So you need advantage to learn Spanish, to practice, to communicate. Also, our clients are people who work for companies. You know, there's many American companies here in Costa Rica, companies from India, companies from England, and they need Spanish not to work, if not to live. Yeah, because working always is English, but living is in Spanish. So basically, that is the reason of our business. Why here outside? Why not like a building with classrooms? Because that is not the style. We want that you enjoy the class. If you enjoy the class, you learn. Okay? So, and many of our students during the day, they are in a small office. No, come here tonight, at night, and sometimes they bring wine. And no worries. So, because it's relaxing, it's a relaxing program. Actually, we teach, so we have classes in group. This is the biggest group, 8 people, but normally in our other classrooms we have for 6 or 5 people. We have classes online also. So actually I have 15 students outside Costa Rica, in China, in Japan, in the United States, Germany, in Switzerland. So they are studying, we use a platform. Sometimes my first class is at 4 a.m. because in Japan it's 7 or 8 p.m. So, but it's okay. So now the technology, so we are close. We have our classes in companies, and we have classes for families. So, but that's why you are here. The idea today is to take a small class at how we teach Spanish. Also, there's two classes. One is I want to talk with you about what is our methodology, what we like to teach during the first month of classes with our students. And the second part is to practice Spanish using our Costa Rican fruits.
Ooh,
You will learn some vocabulary, you will practice with me. So that's the idea today. Okay? Do you want to do it?
Bien.
Yes.
Sí.
Perfecto. Okay. So, with the experience of other students when we started our business, Wagner, I have 6 months to study Spanish, but it's not possible for me to say, to speak, to try to communicate. Because what I think, when they told me that, okay, what is the best way to learn Spanish? To be practical, because no one are studying Spanish to be Spanish teachers. Yeah, you want to learn Spanish because you need to try to speak. So you want to enjoy Costa Rica. What I say to my students is, there's like 2 million of people who comes to Costa Rica every year to enjoy the volcanoes, our nature, the mountains, the beaches. But if they don't speak Spanish, what I said is they are enjoying only the 50% of Costa Rica. You went to Walmart today. Sometimes when you see a big line, what happened here? Oh, John is with the cashier. John, my student, what happened? He's trying to see in the notebook how to speak with the cashier. This is the best, this is one of the situations. The other situation is sometimes it's only to show the bottle of water, to give the credit or debit card, but they don't say nothing.
Oh.
The foreign person don't say nothing because maybe he can say hola, ¿cómo está? Bien usted. But what about if the other person start to speak with me and I don't understand, I don't know what I need to say? And it's the same case with the cashier. Maybe the cashier can say, hello, how are you? But what about if John start to speak in English? So the 90% of the cases is the cashier and the person in silence. No, you are not enjoying Costa Rica. So you are not, see, you are not enjoying. Okay, today, and what we found is, okay, what I want to do. I want that my students start to speak Spanish since the first day of classes. Wagner, that is bad for